Hello my friends, it's time for session 2. I'm going to try to hit the driver as far as possible and find some speed in this body. Today I'm feeling almost broken. It's 2 days since I did the first session and my body does not want to do this. But I will report in a few days how it's going after 1 week of practice. But I got some questions that I can answer. So let's do that and warm up. One thing that 2 people asked about, am I going to do anything special? I've done a separate video about some tweaks I do in the gym. It's normal exercises, but I do some tweaks in the gym to just make it more golfish. But a lot of people asking about over speed training, using speed stick or whatever they are called, a lighter shaft. I might do that, but the first 2 months, the first 60 days, I'm only gonna hit my driver and try to find the feeling of speed. So let's get back to that after the PGA show in January, see how it's going. Because I really need to know for the future, do I need overspeed training? Or can I actually use my driver and try to really speed up with just the driver? It's also good for you guys because you can do the same as I'm doing now. Just try to swing faster 3 times a week and see what happens. Try to measure it somehow. Just with a small cheap radar, that's fine. But the first 2 months, it's only going to be the driver, nothing else. I'm just warming up with my pitching wedge. I'm going to hit some drive before I leave you guys. But one question was, do I care where on the club face on the driver I hit the ball? Of course I do. I don't practice impact that much with the driver, but if I leave you in 2 seconds, I'll bring another club. This is a Titleist club made in probably around maybe 1995. I like practice. I also play with old clubs. So why? The size. This is so small and this is so big. This is 440, so it's a little smaller than maximum allowed, but still it's a lot bigger. So I don't care really. I don't practice impact with this one, but I try to practice regularly with an older club, with a smaller sweet spot, and that makes me hit my driver better. One viewer pointed out that I was breathing pretty heavy when I did the first video, and yes, I was really tired. Hitting golf balls for 1 hour, when I haven't done it for a long time, it was really hard. But how should we pace ourselves? I think that you should not do it every day. Maybe do it 2 times or 3 times a week. That's good enough. But when you do it, really try to not kill yourself, but really try to find some extra energy. Try to make it count. Don't just go and train speed. When you do it, you really need to be, your mind really needs to be there, your body needs to be there, and therefore I don't think, I did it every day when I was 30 trying to be the best in the world. I did it every day, 2-3 hours. I can't do that anymore. I don't think I can. I will be totally broken. But 3 times a week I can do it, and that's what I'm going to do. And I think you can do that too. One question was, who is your long drive favorite athlete? That is a hard question because they're all good, but they're good in different ways. I'm super impressed by Bryson DeChambeau, how much he practiced to be a good long driver. And I mean, of course, he has the time and the money, and he can do whatever he likes, but still, the way he practiced was unbelievable to actually end up at second place in this year's World Finals. Going from tour level to long drive level in speed, it's a long road, and he did that. That was amazing. I always talk about Jamie Sadlowski because he's such a small guy doing something that's really incredible. He's really maximized his potential. He's not competing anymore, sadly. He's trying to be a professional golfer. I have no idea how's that going. But he surprised everyone. I think the first time he ended up top 10, he was like 15, 16 years old. And that's amazing. So I would say still, Jamie impressed me most. What was my fastest club speed? I won a competition in Amsterdam in Holland, and that was probably the first time some serious radars were involved. So at warm-up, we had a chance to hit some golf balls and measure swing speed, ball speed, and the highest I had that day winning that competition was 211, 212. So 211, 212. That was probably my fastest competition day. But then you also get really excited going on tee, and you can feel that it's faster. So I have never measured my speed in competition like they do now. So I actually have no idea. But I would say around club speed around 140, 142, 3 maybe, and ball speed around 210, 212. So I'm far from that right now. That was also with a competition club, like 47, 48 inches long, so it's much longer than the one I'm using right now. Another question was, when you're on the long drive tee, you try to maximize the speed, but how much of that do you actually use playing golf? I would say 90, 95%. The last 10 years, my goal was only to be fast as the fast guys on tour. So maybe ball speeds around 175 to 180. Now Rory's 184, 85 when he really tries to hit it long. But that was all I needed. I never thought I was going to do a comeback in long drive. So I would say about 90, 95% on the golf course. That's what I'm trying to use. That's about what I'm using now. Ball speed now 115 to 120. But if I want to hit it harder, I just speed it up. Pitching wedge, let's say I'm going to do 125 in ball speed. That's probably 5, 6 more. It's a little high, so it's not that long. Say 125, 120. Let's do a 125 then. Should be around 125, 127. So I think I can reach 135 with a pitching wedge if I try. I'm talking to you guys now. So the first I hit was relaxed club. What's that, 160 carry? That's just about what I hit it on the golf course. So I would say that 90-95% would be what I try to do on the golf course. And if you ask tour players, they really try to hit the driver hard. They are not relaxing. They want speed too. So don't think that they got 10, 20, 30% more. They don't. They are really trying. Today, the tour pros are trying to hit it as far as possible. So it's almost long drive from the tee. Thank you guys for the questions. I'm gonna start hitting driver now, and I'll give you a report in a few days. Send in more questions if you have them. It's fun. I'm a little scared of today's session though, because my body really doesn't want to do this, but it has to.